How about that? We'll go into this blindly.
Um, what chat did I click on?
I don't know. What did you
I
click
don't
on?
remember what chat. I don't know what class you got, but just the conversations you had with who's Monkey Nuts.
That's Taven. Bro, I
Who's
know.
ready for today? Yes, I'm done loading Fallout 76. It's a 4:30 dumb. It's at 4:30 dum dum. Let's make it right now. I can't dumb. You
Wait,
can
is that
join
the
early.
is that the courtroom one?
I think so.
Oh yeah, you missed that. We were trying to get you on, but you didn't join at all. You were busy.
Fallout 76.
Taven's into games like that, I guess.
I wanted to download Red Dead Redemption, but it was too big. I have to delete half my Steam games.
You
I don't
could.
have an, I don't have
What
a
if you
game
get an
space.
external hard drive and plug it into your? Do you have a laptop or PC now? I forgot.
Actual PC.
Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna say, you can still get an external hard drive. That could work too.
I've seen people that have they have like 5 different like storage things. I'm
Yeah,
like, what? How do you do that?
it is actually very helpful.
Because I would love to know. Because my actual everything, like my actual file stuff, I think takes up half the space on one of my hard drives.
That's
So that's
sad.
probably why. Wait, hold on, let's check. Uh, it's PC. So my Windows. So one of my drivers has 93 gigabytes free. My other one has 160. And I think my D drive has all my Steam games on it. I don't even have that many Steam games downloaded.
I have a
They're
lot.
not even.
Like
They're not even that big.
if you look at my desktop, literally I think I'd have to say 85% of my desktop icons are video games. And the other ones are like Adobe stuff, YouTube, and just other type of software that I use a lot. But yeah, I was actually really lucky because where I bought my PC, they put in 1 terabyte SSD and 1 terabyte HDD, so I had terabyte for both, which I'm really lucky because I don't really
Yeah.
have to worry about storage that much. Sometimes I do, but not all the time.
The only Steam games I have is downloaded right now is Apex, Black Ops 3, Gary's Mod, Madden 22, Multiverse, and Raft. That's it. And that and some of those games aren't even or like I think like Raft is like 20 gigabytes, something like that,
Oh.
and that takes up like half my space. The drives aren't that big. Madden 22 is pretty big, I think.
I would think so. I'm gonna open up Steam because I really don't remember which games are from Steam. Because then there's games like GTA and Red Dead Redemption that are on my desktop, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't remember. I got Age of History 2, The Beginner's Guide, Blade and Sorcery, Call of Duty Classic, City Skylines, Euro Truck Simulator 2, Gary's Mod, this new game I got last night, which is called Nauseons. It's a scary game.
Yeah.
Phasmophobia, Ravenfield, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition, and Superliminal.
So many like simulator games now. There's
They're fun.
see people on like Power Wash Simulator. Is that even?
I've
Go
wanted to
outside
try
and do
it. I've wanted to try it, but I don't know. Well, that's why people don't want to go outside, is because they could just try it from the comfort of their chair.
There's like gas station simulator. I watched Markiplier play
Mhm.
that. It's not what I
Mhm.
think it is. It's not what I thought it was gonna
Me
be.
either. Me either. And I just watched it last night too, so that's hilarious. Ow. Crackers hurt my throat. Crackers are definitely a 10 out of 10 food. I would recommend.
But I like putting cheese, a bit of. It's just meat salami, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Salami.
That makes everything really good.
And have my dog sit next to me and just stare at me like I murdered somebody.
My dogs are barking like they're getting murdered. That's just normal over here. Okay, what's another one of your topics?
Let me go. Oh, no! Where's the chat? How do I go back to the chat? Oh, here we go. And all of it just disappeared.
He leaves.
I don't know what the heck just happened. I click on the chat, but I accidentally clicked on another chat room.
Oh, no.
Let me type it. I can see you now. I can see you now. I couldn't see you before.
Oh.
Thing I have.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, you were in the wrong chat room. Where the hell were you typing that?
I was when I joined the voice chat. I saw your camera thing. You said top right, so I clicked on it. I don't know what I was typing. There's one idea.
Okay.
Old shows we used to watch.
Oh, I thought.
Those are two good ones that I thought of.
I have a couple stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I actually have a really good story about this one. Literally, it just happened like 2 days ago now. Okay, we were kind of in the same alley there. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me expose myself in front of everybody.
Okay, everybody, today we are gonna talk about
sex stories. Let's go. Also, this podcast is an explicit podcast, so we're allowed to cast to say whatever.
Okay.
Because I'm.
Knit.
Oh, whoa. Okay. What was another one? What was another one I had? It was really good. I literally just came up with it like 2 hours ago too.
Now I wish I did more with my life. I love the stuff that happened to me. I was just there.
Yeah, very down to earth.
The problem.
Okay, we'll kind of go in order here. So we'll start with your first. Actually, we'll do a back and forth one. So we'll do school stories and then problems with cheaters. Blah blah blah. We'll do back and forth thing.
Okay.
Ranking movies. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I kind of
like those tier list things that people do.
Yeah.
We can just
So I'm
have that.
I'm gonna add that too. That's what I was thinking of. Was music. I was gonna talk about music. Okay, so we'll start with school stories. So for everyone listening, most people, Dominic is a senior in high school. We're going into his senior year of high school and my junior year of high school. So we're almost done with Dominic is almost done.
Dude,
I'm a year away.
I'm so happy. I got an early out. Like, I get out at 2 every day.
I'm so mad. I'm really mad. One of my friends gets out at like noon. I'm like, what the hell?
One kid I went to school with got out at like 11 every day.
Jeez. That is
paid off for school. I want to know how we got that.
Literally. My counselor says that by next year, if I continue on my trajectory, I can still get early dismissal.
Yeah. Because
So.
I don't know how your school works, but how mine works is like when you're a freshman and sophomore, you have like, because like it's exciting going to high school because you get to pick your classes, but when you're a freshman sophomore, you don't really have a lot of freedom doing it because there's still like electives you have to take.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to college?
We're the same.
You take like 2 years foreign language, like 2 years of a fine art, like that.
Yeah,
because you have to take those.
For us, you only have to do the 2 years of foreign language. You don't have to do the fine arts or anything. That's optional. Since freshman year, like you have an option to do art, music, stuff like that, drama. Speaking of which, this year I signed up for drama, marching band, jazz band, and concert band. So I'm gonna have a busy year.
Jeez.
Like really busy year.
It was stupid because like the fine art includes like doing like guitar, band, like an art class or like choir. But what was dumb is they made us take choir. like what was it? What was it? Seventh grade or eighth grade? Shoot, I don't remember. Seventh. It was seventh or eighth grade. No, it was eighth grade. Because we had a study hall, but they got it taken away from us because kids weren't using their time wisely.
Bro.
They took the study hall away and they had to fill up our day, so they made us take choir.
That is.
And we all hated it.
That is
All
so
the guys
sad.
didn't try. We just stood there and didn't sing. We didn't do it. We didn't try.
I'd be one of those kids in the guys in the back actually trying my hardest, and get ripped to shreds by everybody. For some reason, it's like, at least I'm trying over here, guys. At least I'm doing what I'm being told.
We said, because there was like one song we sang that I actually knew, and I wanted to sing it, but I didn't want people to look at me like, why are you singing? Why are you enjoying this?
What song was it?
This is complete hell. They made us take choir. But choir counts as a fine arts, so you have to take 2 years of fine art. And then when you hit your senior year, then you have more freedom, because when you're a junior, you can take like shop classes. Or you can just have
Oh yeah, that's what you did. I remember you.
You want to take those classes your freshman and sophomore, so by the time you're a junior senior, you have more freedom. Because some people didn't do that, so now like their junior senior, they have to take like Spanish 1.
Oh boy.
Freshman.
That sucks, dude. Wait, also, isn't your high school mixed with your middle school as well?
It is. Our school's weird because normal school 6th grade counts as middle school. For us, 6th grade is still elementary.
That's it's the same up here, but except some middle schools do accept 6th grade. Not all of them do, but certain do.
I know.
But I was gonna say something before that, and I totally got thrown off track. Oh yeah, so my freshman year, I took German 1-2, which is the class. So first semester is German 1, next semester German 2, of course.
Yeah.
And I was not a good student freshman year. Also, I was going through a lot of mental issues during freshman year, so I was not paying attention. I still am. But I would not pay attention at all in German at all. And my teacher, her name was Frau Meyer, which means Mrs. Myers in German. She is such. I don't care if she hears this or somehow hears this, but she is a bitch, and I'm not the only person that says this. She is a bitch. She is really mean and is a prick. So when I was going through this, she would always pick on me, the tired, exhausted, just out of it looking kid in the entire room, and be like, "Can you answer this like 2-paragraph essay that this person is trying to say to this other person?" And I'm in the back like, I could only understand like 3 words in that paragraph.
Dude, that was me in Spanish. I actually kind of feel bad now because I did not try in Spanish. I did it because I had to take it, but you have to take 2 years of it. Well, you have to take 2 years if you want to go to 4-year college, but I didn't find if you're not going to 4-year college, you don't have to, which I wish I knew that sooner. But I took 2 years. I did not try in Spanish at all. I used Google Translate the whole time.
Oh, same. Freshman year.
Yeah. I feel so bad because my Spanish teacher is so nice.
What the hell, Dominic? But so then by the end of the year, I ended up not failing the class, but I passed with a D because in Omaha public schools system, D's passing.
What grade is a D? Like what? What's the...
We don't do gradings. Well, our grading system is a 1, 2, 3, 4 scale.
Oh.
So it's not lettering.
Like
so a D is like a 1, which is really bad.
So like for us, if a 70 is like a 78 to like a, what was it? It's like a 70 to like an 80 is a D. For like if you get below a 70, it's an F. But
jeez, that seems really high.
60.
Yeah,
I know.
That seems really high.
In some schools, a 60, a flat 60 is a D.
That was Concordia's when I went there for
us,
elementary.
A 70 is a D. Yeah.
Jeez, but so I passed with a D, but my counselor was like, you could do so much better, so I'm gonna make you retake the class sophomore year. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So this year I sat through the same class, same lessons, exams, everything, again. So I passed this class with an A this year because I'm like, I already know what's coming, this, and this. So this year, junior year, technically I should be done. I don't need to take this, but my counselor says otherwise. So, this will be my last year, my third year, being stuck with Frau Meyer. Wish me luck. Or I'm probably gonna rip the hair out of this lady on the last day of school.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna get to see you ever again, even though I'm not gonna be fully done with school, just with the class. But yeah, so this year I'm taking 3-4 German 3-4, and then I'm done with German, unless I want to take AP classes, which I don't really want to.
No, don't do that. Devote your time to something better.
I know.
I wish our school had more variety. Yeah, like the only Spanish is the only foreign language class.
Wow.
Some schools have like German, French. It's just Spanish.
That's honestly kind of sad.
I know. We don't have anything.
Because then we're over here, like, we got Spanish, German, French, Greek, Latin, Chinese, Mandarin. We have a lot of languages. I mean, that's what happens when you go to an IB school.
And I'm trying to think if there's any other classes that there is a variety of. I mean, shop has some stuff. It says some stuff, but I don't know. Our school's small though.
Yeah.
It's like it's nowhere near your size.
No, not at all.
No. No. Have you been to my school?
Yeah, actually, a lot of times.
I don't remember you.
I've been there for football game.
Oh, that's right.
I was there for your basketball games a couple times. I'm a supportive cousin, okay? You can't hold that against me. I would come support you. Yeah, your school's actually nice though. Like, it looks pretty nice for how small it is. It looks decent.
The inside's not terrible. But well, I went in there because we got like we get laptops, so we had like just like electronic check-in. You go to the school, you get your laptop, and then you leave. When I went in there for the first time ever, me stepping foot in there, it smelled old. Like, old.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Over the summer, like 50 old people died in there.
I know. It just smelled old. It's like the first time ever. It just smelled old in there. I don't know why.
Man, I mean, I don't know how. Well, I know your dad and my mom went to same high school, so I feel like if you, well, I don't know how old the school is. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
I really don't know.
It was built. Why can't I? 79.
Jeez, that's
1979. I think that's when it was built. I could
man.
be wrong.
So our parents were in the '80s class, so they graduated in the '80s.
No.
Or was it '90s?
Well, how old's your mom?
Like 45, 46.
My dad graduated. My dad graduated in '94.
Oh, sorry, '90s. Then my mom was '96, I believe.
Yeah, because they were. I always get the time frame mixed up on that too. Because I think that well, the '80s, they must remember a lot of stuff in the '80s, but they were like 5 to 8 years old in the '80s because they're born in late '70s.
Yeah, I always forget when they're born sometimes. Oh man, that's sad. We can't remember our own parents' birthdays. But, yeah, it's weird. Central does not smell old, but it's old.
Even though I think it's the oldest.
It's the oldest high school in the state of Nebraska. The oldest.
But
it was the first ever high school set up.
Yeah, those Class A schools. You guys have money. My school's poor.
Ours is too. We're not rich at all.
We haven't done a full remodel probably since the '90s.
Wow. Well, we have to well, we don't have to remodel. It's more like upkeep. But we have to keep upkeeping our school every summer, or else our building's gonna collapse. That's just the truth.
You know the episode of SpongeBob where his house starts decaying and starts just falling apart. Have you seen that?
What season is it?
I have no idea. is this is an episode where SpongeBob's house starts decaying and just falling apart,
I
and
don't
like
think I've
that's
seen
gonna
that.
happen.
I
So
don't think
that's
I've
that
ever seen that.
for those that have seen it, that's what's gonna happen.
It's gonna
The
be
whole thing
central.
It's gonna fall apart.
It's just gonna fall
Does
apart.
your school have to have like open house?
Yeah. Orientation kind of open house type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that.
See, the thing about going to like a small school is you don't really have to do that because like you kind of know where everything is.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to open house, but now I just know where everything is. So all I have to do is like look on like the Power School app and it shows your classes, and I'm like, okay, great. And so I don't have to do that, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to go to open house. All I have to do is go to orientation, and that was for me. That was like last week, but I already know the whole layout of the school, and it's really big. Literally took me all of freshman and half of sophomore year to get used to everything, but yeah, the on A days, because now we switched to block scheduling. We were the last OPS school to switch to block scheduling. It was the last
I don't know.
2 years we were
Yeah.
9-period stuff, but
Yeah, same. I think we're still doing that this year, which I'm honestly fine with because I actually like the 4-class period.
I mean,
I don't-
sure, but at the same time, I don't want to sit in class for an hour and a half. I don't like doing that.
That's true.
My ADHD just
I
gets
don't know
too
what's
much.
better. The 9 class periods where every class is like 50 minutes. Well, mine's 50 minutes. I don't know how long yours is.
45.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Or it's, the thing is like with that, you have like more. So like you say get an assignment, you have, like more time to work on it in class, and it's like not due and it's due in 2 days. So you have more time to do it.
I mean, a lot of people say that, but knowing a lot of people, they're gonna wait till the last minute still.
Yeah.
That's just
still.
how kids our age are, I guess. But
Yeah, because we had an English like a writing assignment on a book that I didn't read. I waited till the last minute to write it, even though I had like 3 weeks to do it.
I did the same thing a lot, especially in 9th grade, because we did that a lot. I loved my English teacher in 9th grade, but man, I don't know. Shakespeare's just he's a pain in your.
Did you read Romeo and Juliet?
No, we read Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah, never.
No,
read
that was fun.
it. Romeo. I am so because usually the English teacher we read Romeo and Juliet my freshman year. The teacher used to do is she used to make the kids act out some of the scenes. But I'm glad she didn't make us do it. I don't know the reason. She didn't make us do it.
She didn't make you guys do the kissing part.
No.
Dominic's like, damn it.
Alright, there's not enough. Oh man. There's not enough girls, so there has to Juliet has to be a dude. Sweet.
Juno. Juno. Julian. Freaking Julian.
I was gonna say that.
That's funny, but yeah, I love my English teacher. I would have had another opportunity this year to get him, but I didn't, and I'm upset. But it's whatever. He's a cool guy. He's a bro. He's a total dude. He helped me during my dark days, my freshman year, which no teacher has ever done that. So yeah, he has my respect till I die. But
So, I'm not trying to sound rude and I say this, but are there kids at your school that are special ed?
is that a question?
Yes.
I'm gonna say this, okay? There's 3,500 kids in my school. I'm pretty sure like 40% of them are sped.
Okay. I was just wondering.
There's a lot.
There's one room that's in the hallway, and it's one where that's where all of them go to learn like life skills. I went in there a few times.
Why?
It's just because I had a shop class, and sometimes some of the stuff in that were like they would have like a whiteboard in there. Sometimes like the whiteboard broke, and we had to like weld it together just to fix it, and we delivered it there. I went in there, it smelled so weird in there.
Yeah. I think our special needs kids, they actually go to classrooms. There's not like
Not
a specific area for them. Like they go to classrooms with other
That's
kids.
that's not the art. There's a one room and they all go in there and they stay in
Um,
that room.
I don't know why our school does that, but I guess to make the kids at Central be a little more accepting that there are people like this. I guess your school just sounds like come all in
Our
one
school
room.
this is our, our school just separates us.
Yeah, segregation. I'm just playing.
It feels like that's what it is.
Well, segregation, but not for race, for mental disorders and physical disorders. But the fun thing that you don't have to deal with going to Central, like on my A day now, my first period is always band, which is in the new extension at the bottom floor. So that's like the let's see, that's like the third basement. My next class is math up on the fourth floor.
Half of that floor. Yeah, half that floor is a bunker. Half
You're
the
not
band
wrong.
is a bunker.
You're not wrong, but yeah, and then so from the third basement all the way up to the fourth floor. You know how many steps that is?
A lot.
Dude, every day going to Central, you get your full cardio. It is legit a workout.
They don't have a weights class, but you get a workout in.
Literally. But
We
yeah.
went to after one of my soccer games in Omaha, we drove. It was like by like Creighton University, like the college.
Mhm.
It was like in downtown Omaha. We went past my mom's old high school, where she went.
Where'd you go?
It's closed. She went to Central Christian. It's abandoned now. It's closed now.
Oh. I haven't
But-
even heard of that.
It was like the size of my school,
Mm.
but it's abandoned now, and we pulled up. It looked like it was part of the Hiroshima bombing. It looked so run down. It's like there's like one of the windows. I looked inside. You were looking at like stairs. You got the stairs that go up. It was a long hallway, and then the stairs went down. And on the stairs was like a pill bottle. Some of the stuff and like abandoned buildings.
Wait,
You look
wait,
at it, you're
wait,
like,
what,
how did that get in there?
Do you know what street this was on?
No, I have no idea.
Hmm.
It was in a rundown part of town.
Is it in North Ave?
I honestly don't know. I don't know the streets in Omaha.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it looked abandoned. I wanted to go inside, but there was.
I was gonna say
There's
you've kind of intrigued me now. I want to go see it for myself.
I want to go inside. That might how cool that would be.
It sounds like it'd be awesome because there's not that a lot of abandoned like big structures here in Omaha, so I feel like that'd be really dope to go do.
I want to go inside so bad. But.
Yeah, and the other day actually, I was hanging out with some of the freshmen at just kind of like after. Okay, so every Thursday and Tuesday now, band has this kind of like rehearsal thing at night, from like 6 to 9. And so I was hanging out with some of the freshmen, and then one of them was like, "I hope Central isn't haunted." I turned to them, I just like laughed and I said, "You're at a school that's over like 200 years old.
Yeah.
There's bound to be ghosts." And then
read-
I'm even sure there's a literal club that's dedicated for them like finding ghosts in Central. Like that's how
Yeah.
old our school is. And I'm pretty sure there's actually been people that have died at Central. I don't know where or how or whatever, but yeah.
I
So-
saw somewhere. I think it was a YouTube video or like an article. I don't know, but I saw a place where it was a high school. I think it was. I don't know if it was in Nebraska. I don't know, but it was a high school where like there was like this stairwell that was haunted, and so many kids died on that stairwell, and like they had to close it off.
Well, it's like the what force is that? Suicide force in Japan. It's like that in the
yeah.
form of stairs. Bro,
Yeah, exactly.
Central staircases are really shady. Like so at each side of the building there's these there's a staircase on the right and the left. They were made like that because they made them back when girls and boys were like separated.
Mhm.
So the men would go up the right, down the right, girls left, whatever. but now the right hand side is up and the left side's down. But if you go all the way to the 4th floor and look straight down the middle, oh my gosh. It is so sketchy. It is creepy. Like, I hate walking near the railing that's like on the inside part, because it's just a sheer drop. And I'm scared that these railings are not going to support me. And I'm like 125. And yet there's kids that are like, they look like they're 210 pounds leaning against this.
Just one day, that thing's gonna snap and you're gonna fall to your death.
I know. And then on one side, I think it was the 3 side of the building, which faced the Jocelyn Art Museum. I was walking up and this kid was shaking it violently and I saw it wobbling. I'm like, okay, I am gonna just not go this way tomorrow. Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think our elementary school is bigger than the high school.
Actually, I think so too. Yeah, because it has like
think it
what,
is.
3 floors to it.
Is 2 floors.
Oh, I'm trying to like remember from Nana's class photos, because it has the school on the background picture of it. For those of you listening, our grandma, our Nana, what we call her, she used to teach at Dominic's elementary school. So
yeah, she used to teach there.
Yeah, she used to teach for a long time.
There were, I didn't have her. So like it was like elementary school. I think how like every other one, where like you have homeroom, like one classroom that you do everything in. I didn't have her home. It was 3rd grade. She taught 3rd grade. But when I hit 3rd grade, I was so scared that I was gonna have her class.
Yeah.
But I was so glad I didn't, because that would have been awkward.
I don't know how.
But every day after school, I would go into her classroom and just make a mess.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean, I don't see how that would be too awkward. I mean, she's your Nana. Our Nana.
I don't know. She'd probably just be. See, it was either like she's either gonna be nice to me or she's gonna be mean to me. I can never tell.
That is. She would have been
I
nice.
didn't have.
She would have been nice. Our Nana is the best Nana in the world, bro.
I don't know. I was kind of a jerk as a kid.
We were both jerks as a kid. Now that I think about it, if I like look back on some of like the videos we made in like 2017, I think we were abusing each other in the videos.
Yeah.
I would pull your hair. I would throw stuff at you. You would do the same thing to me. But we were.
I remember when my brother was down like at our grandparents' house. It was like a little like container that we put the container on top of you and we sat on it.
I don't remember that at all. I really
that?
don't.
It's one of those little memories I have. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad I didn't have her. I didn't have our Nana's homeroom in school. I had the teacher across. So that was the year I got sent to the office. I got sent to the office once, and it was that year.
For what? Throwing a stapler or something?
I'm trying to remember. So I went to the bathroom. There's a few other kids in there. They were like getting their hands wet with like water, and they were like spraying it on the paper towel dispenser. So I don't know what possessed me I spit on the paper towel dispenser. Not the handle, but like just the front of it. I did it, and then one of the teachers saw me. I ended up getting his homeroom the next year. But
man.
He caught me, and he says, "Go to the office. That is disgusting." And I'm like, we'll just wipe it off. So yeah, I got sent to the office. We ended up being this whole big deal. I ended up having his homeroom the next year. And he honestly did not like me. I didn't really like him.
Bro, what are the chances of that?
My 3rd grade teacher threw up in front of the whole class.
Is it a she?
I won't say her name. She.
Was she pregnant?
I don't think so.
That could have been a reason, but I don't
think she was.
Oh, okay then. But yeah, I'm trying to remember.
We're just in the middle of math class, and she stops. And was I in the front row? No, I think it was in the back. But she was teaching math, and then all of a sudden she goes trash, go blah, starts throwing up, and we're like, what is happening?
She was too.
We were all stoked. We were like, what? But that's what people told me she did. I don't really remember it.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes I don't remember shit like that either. I don't know. I have poor memory, so it's funny. I have poor memory with things I want to remember, but then things I don't want to remember, I have like the god memory of. Like
He rearranged.
what?
What were you gonna say?
I said I was trying to think of like a few times in elementary school what I would do, because I went to a private school for elementary school. Um, had a teacher, same teacher my third grade year and fifth grade year. She was my PE teacher from the years in between.
Yeah.
So like first, second, she was PE teacher. Third grade year, my teacher. Fourth grade, my PE teacher. Fifth grade, my teacher. So yeah, it was just all over the place. But man, I'm actually okay. I'm going on Tuesday because the elementary school I went to starts Monday. On Tuesday, I'm going to be going back to visit my old teachers, and she still works there. So I'm gonna be like, hey, because I know a lot of you listening don't know this, but she was the first ever person that told my parents that I needed to be on medication.
Oh my god.
Like, bro, you don't just say that. Like, you'd be like, okay, your kid's having trouble, like just sitting down and listening and working. He has
Wait,
problems
how
with
old
that.
are you?
I'm 16.
No. No, not how old are you now, but
Oh,
how old are you
how
back
was I? Fifth grade. That's when they told my parents that. Fifth grade. I would have been 9, 10, I think. Let
then?
me.
Did she say that to your face, or did she
No,
just
she
tell
said to
your
my parents.
Oh my! Your parents should not have just been nice. She went straight to f you. She didn't even.
Literally.
She wasn't even nice about it. She's like,
No,
give
she
him medication."
hated me for no reason at all. That's actually why nowadays I have this weird thing with people hating me, and that is I don't care. Because my entire life I've just been hated on and hated on, so now I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just destined to be alone. Like,
It's exactly
no
how
one
I
likes
feel.
me, so okay, everyone hates me. Okay, but I know that's not true. I know that's not true, but that's just how my mentality works now because of that. Growing, literally, okay, dealing my entire elementary career, dealing with her being that mentally abusive towards me, kind of made me who I am now. So she's the reason why now I want to be on ADHD medication is because of her. Like, you're the reason I am this way. Her name was Miss Maxon, right? You're the reason I'm this way, Miss Maxon. And she had her son. Me and her son were in the same class every year as well. So she favored him 100%. And every time he did something wrong, guess who she would point the finger towards?
You.
Me. Me, out of anybody in the class. Me. Like, bro.
There's been some
swear.
teachers in the past that have not really liked me. There was one teacher we had. I think it was fourth grade. I think it was fourth grade. There's one teacher that was just strict. She tried to act nice and like lenient, but no, she was strict. It was just terrible. Like if you want to go to the bathroom, she wouldn't let you.
Jeez,
I don't remember her name.
I'd be like, hey, miss, guess what? Just peas in the trash can. Here you go.
Oh my gosh.
What?
In the trash can. There was one kid that I don't know who it was, but it was I don't remember what grade this was either. I think it was 8th grade actually. It's when we had PE, but one kid ended up peeing in the trash can in the locker room.
Why?
I didn't witness it. I wasn't there. I just heard about it. It's like some kid peed in the trash can. We're like,
Bro,
what?
you just miss all the good stuff. It sucks, I swear.
No, my PE class was the worst. Cuz we I have a few stories for my PE class. One time we found a saran wrap like on top of the lockers. We took that and saran wrapped the toilet. We did a horrible job at it, you could easily tell, but we saran wrapped the sink,
Oh, man.
saran wrapped the shower. We just put it everywhere.
Bro, that...
And there was one kid we went to school with. He ended up leaving our school, I think, before high school. But I remember one time we were all messing around like before class, and we all went in the showers just because we were just I don't know. There's just a bunch of people left stuff in there, so a group of us were in there, and this kid, he turned the water on and got us all wet, and he tried to run away. We all chased him like it was like the scene from Karate Kid where they're got like the you got Johnny wet in like the bathroom. They're chasing him. Have you seen Karate Kid?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hang on, I had
We
to think
did
about
that.
it.
He didn't get out of the locker room. We grab him, get him on his back. We drag him on the floor,
Oh my god.
back him back to the shower. And we one kid ran and turned the water on like we're gonna drag him in, like just drag him in to get payback, and he's grabbing on to like the because how our locker room is, like you have a place to sit down, but it's just like a concrete step.
Oh.
So he's like grabbing onto that. They're pulling on him. I'm sitting there kicking his hand to get him to let go. Drive him to the shower, get him wet. We're about to leave. This other kid grabs a bar of soap and chucks it at his head, and the bar of soap sticks to his head.
Oh, bro, what the heck? I just, bro, from what you, it just sounded like from that story. It sounded like you were about to like kill him or something, like drag him. You were dragging him on the floor. Like I was just expecting to be like, and he screamed like a girl, and I stabbed him in the chest. Like that's what that sounded like.
All the stuff that happened to him, he kind of asked for it. Like there was one time, I don't know if he asked for this, but like there's like kind of like the normal size lockers, then there's like the big ones where you could like crawl, you could fit inside.
Mm-hmm.
And he crawled inside of a locker, and he said close the door, close the door. So we closed the locker door, and we have like these like the padlocks.
Oh yeah.
Like the that ones.
Yeah, yeah.
We grabbed one and we locked him in the locker. And we're like, all right guys, time for class, let's go.
Oh, bro, I would.
And he's like let me out. And we were like, we don't know the combo, sorry. No.
Oh man, bro.
We knew the combo.
Okay, good. You just left him in there. He's still in there to this day. I wish. I haven't had PE since 8th grade. And I'm in my junior year of high school now. Yeah, because the way our school does it, if you do marching band, that's your PE credit. But it only counts for half every year, so you have to take it all full 4 years for it to count as full PE credit. So if you do it
like high school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then if you can just do it freshman sophomore year, and then junior senior year you can do PE. You can do that too, but if you're junior year and you already done it, you're past 3, but you can't switch. You're now stuck with marching band until you graduate.
Oh jeez.
And that's me now because I'm going to my junior year. I've already completed marching band camp, so yeah, I'm kind of stuck with it now.
Because our school, because like in elementary school you get PE. It's like just we actually had 2 recesses actually.
What?
But PE was a recess with 1 game and every kid had to play it. And it was it's PE. You have PE in elementary school, and then it's 7th, 8th grade. You also have PE. Actually, in 7th, 8th grade, you could either choose to do PE or you could choose to do like a life fitness, which is like for lazy people. And then in high school, it's like a weights class.
Yeah.
You can choose to do a weights class or you can do a PE class. I wanted to do everything that everyone else was doing because I didn't want to be like the only kid that had that PE class, so I did weights, which was honestly kind of fun. But it was like dodgeball, you know, how like guys treat it like it's the Normandy beaches.
Yeah.
It's like the Battle of Normandy.
Yeah.
That's how we treated it, like dodgeball, scatterball. But all the guys got in trouble in PE our 6th grade year, I think it was, because there's a game called like scatterball where it's like dodgeball, but it's like, just like a free for all. And if you get hit with a ball, you go down, and if the person that hit you with the ball gets hit, you get to get back up and run around. But how the girls would play it is where if they get hit, they get down, and when you're down, you can obviously block the balls because you're down anyway. But they would go all hide in the corner, and all the girls that were down would like block the balls so we couldn't hit them. And like we all corralled them in the corner and just started unloading everything we had on.
Bro, you're just making yourself a target at that point.
We were playing by the rules. They were the ones that were cheating, but we're the ones that got yelled at. Like, after PE, they're like, all right, everyone in classroom now. So we go in. The teacher says that is not good behavior.
It's not good
We were what?
behavior.
They were the ones cheating. We didn't
That's...
do anything.
Bro, so my 7th grade year, we had 4 PE teachers, and we would split up into 4 groups depending on. Okay, the way my middle school did it was depending on your lettering of your last name, you would either do what's called fall PE, fall and winter PE, or spring and summer PE. And I was stuck with the group that did fall and winter. So what that means is during the fall and winter, I would be in the weight room or in the swimming pool. Now, I hate swimming at school because, well, I have to be rushed to my class, and I like to take my time when getting out of the pool.
Yeah.
And then in the spring and summer, we got to do normal stuff in the gym and outside. Now, the part that sucked, though, is because all of my friends were in the spring and summer group. So I was in the pool by my... Actually, I was with one friend. You know this friend. Malik. Me and Malik had to ride through the entire year together. Stuck with each other. That's actually how I met Malik, was in PE. But, so yeah, we would do that. And then they would even... And then within those, like, fall and winter groups, they would split them up again into 2 groups.
Yeah.
And one of them during the fall would be in the swimming pool, and the other one would be in the weight room. Stuff like that. And then it would switch the next season. So I was stuck with the winter time in the pool. And we have a nice pool, so it was heated, so it didn't really bother me that much. But I still didn't swim.
Yeah.
But then by the time spring came back around, and the part that sucked is that in the springtime I was in the gym, and then in the summertime towards the end of school year I was outside, so it was boiling hot during gym. So I was like, man, I am so unlucky. But again, I was stuck with Malik because me and Malik both have K for last names, so we were stuck with each other no matter what. And then I actually found out 8th grade year, one of the PE teachers was fired for sexual misconduct in the girls' locker rooms.
Oh no,
bro! And it was a female teacher. And it was a female teacher.
Really?
Yeah. And it was one of the... Okay, so 2 of the PE coaches were husband and wife. It was the wife. Like, how do you do... Like, why? Why?
Yeah.
So yeah, she got fired. I don't remember her name or whatever, or anything like that. So she wasn't too important.
We had one teacher at it was elementary, where he did questionable things with the elementary school girls.
Oh God.
He ended up getting fired, yeah. But everyone loved him. We were all stupid back then. We didn't realize it. We never stopped to think, this is kind of weird. No, he thought he was great.
Yeah.
In his class. I was stuck with the mean teacher. I'm always stuck with the mean teacher.
Depends for me. Like, see, 3rd grade, 5th grade year, obviously Miss Maxon. I had her. 6th grade, I had a teacher who loved me, but all the kids hated. So, I was favorited. 7th grade year, my homeroom teacher, old and cranky, didn't really like me that much, but it was mutual. 8th grade year, Miss Niyatawa, she was my tech and living teacher, hated my guts, and I had her last year at Central for computer science, and she made me hate computer science, and that's why I haven't done game designing in a long time, because of her. She hates my guts, and when I walked in the door and saw her, and she saw me, I swear, deep down, we both were like, oh God. Not you.
If you're an elementary school teacher, and you have now that I think about it, yeah, if you're an elementary school teacher and you hate some of the kids in your class, I think you just don't like kids. Because why are you an elementary school teacher if you constantly have problems with kids?
Honestly.
That's why a lot of elementary school teachers are women. In my opinion. I'm trying to be sexist. But
No,
a lot of them I see are women.
I totally get that. I totally agree with that. And
I can
then,
understand it in high school. If there are teachers that don't like certain kids, I can understand that. But if you're elementary school, you just don't like little kids in
hmm
general.
yes, I actually completely agree with that. Freshman year, I was actually really lucky. None of my teachers hate me, but then, like I just said, sophomore year, I had Miss Niyatawa, and I guess me and Frau Meyer. Freshman year, she treated me like shit, but this year we were a little better towards each other.
Hmm.
I was more of her favorite in this class because obviously I was the oldest and more mature, so I was the one sitting there all nice and pretty while everyone else was being dickheads.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that opened her eyes a little bit. Like I'm just better. I'm just better.
Did when before you went into high school, had anybody ever said like it was gonna be difficult? Something like you were like nervous going into it, like this is gonna be tough. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Um,
'Cause honestly,
well,
for me, I didn't. It wasn't that hard. Any years. Sophomore year was weird.
trying to think. Going into it, I was like, I wasn't scared out of my mind, like how a lot of people are like portray like a freshman going into high school.
Yeah.
I think I had a level head. It's what happened in freshman year made my freshman year starting at high school so difficult and just way worse.
Hmm.
And then sophomore year was better, like way better. I got along with more people, more teachers. Like I just said, me and Frommeyer were on good terms this year. Missy Atal was the only teacher I hated having, and she probably hated having me in her class.
Yeah.
But going into it, I don't think I was terrified at all. I was really excited for the experience and almost being done with schooling that's required
Yeah.
in life. Like I was also excited because I was like, this means I can get more. I have more horizon for girls. That was my mindset. I have a much bigger horizon for girls now because I'm going to one of the biggest schools in Omaha. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was
You know,
excited. Um.
you know how high school kids are dramatic.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that's a known thing. And you
Very
see
nice.
these high school couples that go to these big schools, and you're like, "Ugh, we're on the opposite sides of the world. You're in the same freaking building. Shut up."
Bro, yeah, okay, so a lot of people watching this probably understand me because I make my relationship very publicly known. Uh,
Hmm.
so when people like that I see in school, okay, Dominic, you can probably agree with me. I hate that so much, but probably for a different
Yeah.
reason. I hate it because I actually do live half the country away from my girlfriend,
Yeah.
and they are going into different classes like down the hall from each other, and they're freaking out like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, grow a pair of balls, man up, and realize that there's a lot of people who actually have to deal with literally what you're quote unquote freaking out about, but on a much bigger scale. Like, there's people that are dating that are like from, let's say someone from Texas is dating someone from freaking Italy. Like, it can be
Sure.
like that.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah.
So those
It's
kinds of
happened.
people need to stop. You need to stop. Please.
I've never really. It's never really been a priority of mine to have a uh, what's the word? Not sexual relationship, but just say girlfriend boyfriend relationship. It's not really been a priority of mine.
It doesn't have to be. Actually, it's better for it not to be so you can focus on the bigger picture and more important stuff.
Yeah.
The
I
only
don't
time
want to.
relationships become important is when uh, the topic of like reproducing and marriage comes into play.
Yeah.
That's when it
That's
becomes important.
There was a quote from, I don't know who said it was on. It was on Reddit, I think. I'm gonna try and find it.
Reddit.
It was a quote. It said, trying to find it. Here it is. So it was a love quote. It was like, it said, "Love is nothing more than simple and simple human mating genes doing their job throughout our lives. It is declared that we need and eventually we'll find the one, but you know what? There isn't someone for everyone. And nobody needs someone else to live. The idea we do is pushed on by our elders and peers. It's
It's not
just
wrong.
a
It's not
human
wrong at all.
genetic thing doing its job in reproduction and all that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's human nature to
It's
want to reproduce at least.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's how human nature and production and reproduction
Yeah.
works.
And then there are.
But that's
Sorry.
I'm not saying like nobody's allowed to love. You know, if you think you having someone else having that relationship is something you need, then fine, go for it.
Hmm. And then
But
there
I-
are. This will kind of segue into our next topic, which we're already kind of on already. But there are a lot of people like kids our age and stuff like that, and this can go for adults too and stuff like that. But if you are the type that cheats or manipulates other people in a relationship, you're not ready for a relationship or fit to be in one at the moment. And I am friends with a lot of people. Some I would rather not be friends with, and I don't care if this person's listening to this, but I'm going to tell you a story, Dominic. So, the other night, this was 2 nights ago, I was with my friends Taven, you know Taven, Daniel, and James.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And we were all hanging out. We were going out in Omaha. We were hanging out in the new constructed area in downtown, the riverfront area. I don't know if you heard about that, but anyways, they redid all that, so it was pretty cool. So we were hanging out there, and then we're like, "Yo, let's go have a sleepover, or something. You know, we're gonna have a fun ass sleepover. It's gonna be a fun time."
Yeah.
So we go pick up James' stuff. He lives in Bellevue, so we had to drive a while to go pick up his stuff and then drive back to Daniel's house. So when we get to Daniel's house, my parents say no to sleepover, so I just ended up going home later on that night. But anyways, so we get there, we're having a fun time, we're hanging out, playing video games, and whatnot, and our friend Logan snaps Daniel a picture of him crying, and immediately, from my past experiences with this kind of stuff, this is what I like to call a little bit of manipulating someone to ask what's wrong. It's kind of like it's like a gimme. It's like, ask me what's wrong. Like, hey, you know, it's like, answer me. But
yeah.
So we see that, and immediately I turn to Daniel. I'm like, what did he do this time? So then Daniel starts messaging him, and we find out that he broke up with his girlfriend. Like, he broke it off with her. And this girlfriend that he has is super loyal, really nice, and thinks he's the best boyfriend in the world, right? And he breaks it off with her. And we're all, like, freaking out. We're like, what? Like, why? Like, there's no valid reason to. I'm going to add something, just so everyone can understand this. Logan, 2 days prior to this, we were driving with him. It was me, Daniel, Taven, and Logan. We were driving on Center, and we were driving past this girl who looked to be about our age. And Logan he's the kind of person that'll stick his half of his torso out the window to get someone's attention while driving 60 down the interstate. He's wild. He's a wild dude.
Yeah.
So he like gets half out of the car and is waving this girl down. And so we get her to pull over off the side of the road to get her snap. All for him. And Daniel turns to me, he's like, he has a girlfriend. I'm like, oh, I know. And then he gets in the car, and then Daniel and him start getting upset, like, because Daniel's like, well, I want a shot at somebody, you know, like, quit grabbing all the bitches, man. So then they start fighting in my back seat, and then Logan blurts out, I have 6 other bitches than my dumb bitch I have now. And me and Taven look at each other, and we're like, oh my god, what is he getting himself into? So yeah, he has 6 other girls, apart from his girlfriend that he had at the time. And he's been cheating on his loyal girlfriend for the past God knows how long with these girls. 6 girls, Dominic. 6.
Jeez.
And so he is now crying to Daniel because he broke it off and he feels like a dick. And so what Daniel does, we all agree to tell and told Daniel to do this. Be honest with him. He is the dick. And so that's what he said. Daniel was like, I'm sorry, but there's no other way to put this, but you're in the wrong here. You cheated on Bailey with 6 other girls, and now that you're feeling bad, it shouldn't be our fault. It should be your fault.
And it shouldn't be our problem.
And it shouldn't be our problem, yeah. Because you kind of threw yourself in that boat. And then Logan starts getting all upset at Daniel and stuff like that. And ladies and gentlemen, if you get yourself in this situation, at that point, block them and never talk to them again. Because that's a manipulator. That is a stone cold manipulator, and I've dealt with those types of people way too much. It is exhausting, and not worth your time. So yeah. So then Daniel, we're trying to have a good time. So Daniel just throws his phone. He's like, I'm done dealing with this. And we all start talking about it. We're all like, yeah, this is stupid. Like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't cheat on someone who is loyal, thinks you're the best, and is showing to you that she's loyal or that they're loyal. Right? I think you can agree with me on that. Cheating is not okay, and it is a big problem in our current society. It is a really big problem.
That's also another reason why it's never really been a priority of mine.
You just don't want to get hurt.
Well, that and I don't want to be under. Well, it's not that I don't want to be hurt. It's just I'm used to that. I'm used to getting hurt, all that. But the reason why is because I don't want to be under that stress and have to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Call it selfish. I don't care, but I just don't want to deal with that.
No, I can see and agree with that. But then there are those types of people that want to go through that to make something work. And to those people, you are the reason why I still believe that love is real and exists in this world. Because me and my girlfriend have been dating for the past 9 months. It's about to be 10 in a few weeks, but if you work hard enough, a relationship can work. The other person just has to give their 50%. If they don't, you're wasting your time. No way around it. You're just wasting your time. It should be 50-50, not 75-30, whatever. It has to be 50-50. And to those who are cheaters and stuff like that, like I said, you just don't deserve a relationship. You don't deserve happiness at that time. You should do better. Do better.
I feel like the only real reason to date in high school is to lose your virginity, and even then, that's just something to brag about. I feel like that's the only reason. In
my opinion, bragging about losing your virginity is one of the weirdest things to do. I don't see it as cool or impressive. I just see it as okay, cool. It's just like, okay, now I know this information I didn't need to know. Thank you very much.
I know more about I know something more about you that I didn't even want to.
Exactly.
I already know too much about you.
Literally, exactly. I mean, I agree with that 100%. Like if I lose it, I'm not gonna go bragging around, because that's honestly something that should be kept between you and your significant other. If you did that. Now, sure, if it's the boys, I'm sorry, ladies, if you're listening to this, but it's mandatory for the guys to go tell the boys. I'm sorry.
Yo, Tommy.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Bros, you'll never guess what just happened. I did it. We did it. Go, prove it. Go, all right. Stole a pair of her underwear from her drawer. Read them and weep.
No, bro. It's more like I taped a homemade video of it. Bro, Taven was being super weird about that. One time he's like, if you do it, you should totally like. This is back when Carlos was still in the picture, but he's like, me and Carlos are gonna be outside your window, looking in, staring at you, while you're doing it, and I'm like, okay, I'll remember to shut the blinds. Like, jeez.
Oh, remember, you put up an electric fence around my house, so you guys can't get anywhere near me.
Okay, I really do want to get into the sex stories, though. That is something I do want to get into, because it's hilarious. I have a lot of funny experiences with that.
Oh my gosh, that one story. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just funny.
It is, and I want to get
Uh,
it in before this episode ends. And then
but
we'll.
the problem. Oh, never mind. You already have that one. You already told that one. I'm an idiot.
Oh yeah, that was one we just did. But
I thought. Okay. I thought I said the problem with cheddars. I was like, what?
cheddars,
The problem with cheese? What's wrong with cheese? But anyway.
cheddar be scrundibly umptious. Anyways, okay. So I know Dominic, you have not had any type of sexual interactions with anyone, not even males.
You don't know that.
I'm assuming because you're very antisocial sometimes.
Don't judge me. You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know me at all.
That's an
Okay,
understatement.
anyway,
But okay. Anyways,
but go. Just go ahead.
okay. But I wanna know before because I have a lot of stories, and so I'm gonna be talking a lot. But do you have any stories?
Not really. It's not. I don't know. It's not over the top with anything. It's just plain and simple.
It's planned.
But I would love to hear your stories.
Okay, and
I
then
find them very amusing.
we'll save yours for last. Then we'll save yours for last. Okay. Okay. I'm talking to the viewer now, so I'm now talking to you guys because Dominic already knows the story, but he loves laughing about it still to this day. I love laughing about it too. It's hilarious. Okay. The year is 2020. If I remember correctly, it was November 25th. Me and my girlfriend at the time, I'm not going to say her name, were... it would have been that would have been a month then at that point. We were like 3 days away from our month anniversary. We were dating for a month up to this point. And her dad is wanting to move different apartment rooms, and so I was like, "Hey, I'll help. I shall help. I will befriend the dad at the same time."
There were a couple of bros.
A couple of bros, and honestly, I like her dad. I still do to this day. I haven't talked to him in over 2 years, but he seems like a pretty chill guy. He teaches at Burke, which is pretty cool. So,
Oh yeah.
anyways, so the 25th comes, and my parents are doing something with Layla's Make-A-Wish, so they're like, yeah, you can go do that, because I highly doubt you'll want to be here for this. Which I couldn't tell if that was being sarcastic or not. Anyways, so it was cloudy. It was probably like 50 degrees out, so I was wearing a hoodie and sweatpants. I knew I was gonna be sweating my balls off doing this already. So I get there, I meet her dad, we talk, get to know each other a little bit, and then I start helping my girlfriend move stuff out of her room to the living room so we can start moving it down and out of the apartment building to the next one over. And we get into her room, and immediately I could tell she was acting a little bit different. At the time, I feel like now if I were to see it from someone else, I would understand what it is right away. She was getting very touchy, very physical with me. Yeah. So, we start cleaning her room out because it's a mess. I'm gonna be honest. It is a flat mess. So we start cleaning stuff. We're cleaning till about 11, I would say. And she, when I'm saying she's getting physical, I mean like she is touching me in a lot of places that are really sexual.
Specifically one place.
Specifically one place, but yes, all over the place. And so I can tell she wants something, and I literally reimagining what happened is giving me weird PTSD vibes. But anyways, so her dad gives us money, and we go to Little Caesars to get pizza and stuff. So we go to Little Caesars. It's down the road. We're in Ralston, by the way, Dominic. I don't know if I ever told you where this took place. We were in Ralston.
No, I thought it was in Omaha.
No, it was in Ralston. He literally lives right behind Ralston Arena. Like it's a nice view. Anyways, off topic. Anyways, so we head to Little Caesars, and on the way there, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm about to say this on a podcast. I haven't told a whole story like this before. She she didn't force me or anything. I kind of did this willingly. She asked me. I don't know how to word this without making it sound really, really over the top, but all I'm gonna say is I started fingering her while she's driving. So we're getting there, and when we start pulling in, she's like, "Okay, okay, pull your hands out of my pants. Calm down for a second." At this point, I know where this is going, and I'm starting to get a little myself. So, anyway, she goes inside.
Yeah, let's go.
My hands are soaking wet. I'm gonna be honest with you. My hands are soaking wet. So I was like holding my
He
hand.
washed his hands, okay? That's
I was
why they were wet.
yes. So I was holding my hand like it was cut off or something. Like I was holding it by the wrist and like holding it up like it was like
Drive me to the hospital.
yeah, like that. It was like oh my gosh, because I didn't want to get anything wet in a way.
Yeah.
So then she gets back in the car with the pizza and stuff, and we just start driving back, and obviously I start doing that again. We get there, we give the dad the pizza. He's in his room chilling for some reason. He's not like moving. He hasn't moved anything. He's just chilling while we're over here actually like moving some stuff. And so then we go into her room and things start getting way more physical. Like
Hot and heavy.
hot and heavy. Like hands are going all over the place, saliva's in the air. We're making out, whatever.
It's like the scene of Titanic when they're in the car.
Oh god. You're not wrong.
But to miss to the stars. For those who've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Silence. Anyway, so she gets a bad feeling that her dad's gonna walk in at one point, so we kind of like slide into the closet a little bit because the closet's nearly empty at this point.
Wait, how big's the closet? It's like a walk-in closet?
Yeah, it was a walk-in
Or is it like
closet. Walk-in closet. So it was decently big. It could fit us. And then she starts she pushes me on my back and starts grinding on top of me. Now at this point I'm like, okay, this could go one of two ways. She's leading me on, or little ticket to Sexville. To Sexville.
To the one place that you have to have a ticket to go.
The forbidden land. So anyway, so then she then stops and she's like, looks like I have a little something for you later. And I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Is it more pizza?
Is it more pizza? So anyways,
Is it more pizza?
we finish our food and then we move everything over to her dad's place. Her dad's new place. And I don't have to help set anything up because all I signed up for was to move his shit. And so then we start leaving. It is probably 8 o'clock now because this is the part of the year when the sun goes down at like 8. And the original plan was to go hang out with Taven and go to Memorial Park. But his parent, he happily declined because I told him a little something was probably going to happen. So he was just like, yeah, I'm going to let you guys just be alone. Which in hindsight was kind of a bad decision on his part because you guys will see in a bit. But so we decide to hitch a ride over to the park near my house. And I'm gonna say this, ladies and gentlemen, that park is owned by the University of Omaha at Nebraska, University of Nebraska at Omaha. So it's not public at nighttime.
And guess who didn't know that at the time?
And we did not know that at the time.
Alright, they didn't know that.
Yeah, because she didn't either. She would have said something, I would have had a feeling. Because she's 2 years older than me, so anyways. So we get to, it's called Elmwood Park, is what the name of the park is. And we park in the Elmwood Pool parking lot, which also, not a smart decision. The university is literally across the street. We can see the main building. The, like, administrative building. So anyways, we start getting a little frisky in the car, the furthest we got was, like, her top was off, pants were off. We were not
one
having
step
sex.
away.
We were that close. We were that close to the Devil's Tango. Anyway, so we start going. We're honestly having. I wouldn't say it's now that I'm looking back, it wasn't fun because it was really uncomfortable. From the back seat of her Jeep Patriot.
That's
2015.
That's one place I would never do is in the back of a car.
Don't do it. It sucks because like my elbow was on the what is that, the seatbelt lock thing in your seat. My head was resting against the door handle.
Oh,
it sucked. Anyway, so we get a little further in, and the windows are fogged and just completely fogged over. And then all of a sudden, we see these bright LED lights pull into the parking lot. In my mind, it could be one of two options. One, it's my dad. Two, it's the police.
Real quick. Would you rather have it been your dad or the police?
In my mind, the police. And ladies and gentlemen, it was the police. So I tap my girlfriend's shoulder at the time. I tap her shoulder and I'm like, babe, someone's here. She turns around, the bright LED lights are shining on the car, just like blaring into the window. And then all of a sudden we hear a little knocking on the glass, and we're like rustling to get clothes on and stuff because I'm in panic mode, like I'm freaking out. So anyways, she rolls down the window. She rolls down the window, and the cop shines his flashlight, and then he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And
she had an itch, officer.
She had an itch.
I had to help.
And then my girlfriend was like, "Oh, having a little fun, I guess," she said. And then he like nods his head, and then he's like, "You know, this is university property, right?" And in my mind, I'm like, "It is?"
You're like, oh.
So at this point, I already kind of drew the conclusion that this was a campus police officer. So he's like, he asked for her ID. She gives it to him. And then he's like, "Can I have your ID?" He turns to me. And I look at him, I'm like, with all due respect, I don't have an ID. And then he immediately lowers the flashlight, and he's like, "Can you two step out of the vehicle, please?" In my mind, I'm like, "Oh, shit. I'm going to jail." So I step out barefoot. She also steps out barefoot. We don't have time to put shoes on. And there are now 3 cop cars surrounding us, blaring their bright LED lights on our eyes. So I'm like blinded, and I can't even see the police at this point. I'm just like, ugh. I'm surrounded. So then he goes and checks her ID. You might see if she's clean or whatever. And then the other officer walks up to me, and then he's like, "Sir, you know, technically, since you don't have ID, she could be charged with prostitution, right?" And I'm like, I don't say anything because I don't even know what to say. And then he just kind of like slowly backs up, and he's like, "But because she is 17, we can't legally charge her with that." So I'm like, okay, no one's going to jail. Good.
Oh, thank God.
So then he comes back, gives her ID, and he's like, "Since you don't have an ID, I'm going to have to take your word for it." So he asked me for my name, last name, whatever, birth month, year, day, whatever. And he has to take my word on it, and he does. And she even backs me up, and I even show him like my I don't remember what I pulled up on my phone, but it was like my contact ID, I guess, for like my phone number and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Okay, I'll take your word for it." So then he's like, "But now I'm gonna have to call your parents to let them know what you guys have been doing." So in my mind, I'm screaming in my head at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I am in panic mode. My mom is the scariest person to ever piss off.
Ooh.
My dad is easily... He gives you the disappointment look. My mom will rip your head off. So, they call her mom, and she picks up first try. And they explain everything. Her mom's not mad at all. And I'm like, well, okay. Good to know, I guess. So then, they try my parents. They try my mom first, because I gave them my mom's number first. She doesn't pick up. So I give him my dad's number. He also doesn't pick up. And then he walks out of his car to me and says, "Sir, if the next call I make doesn't go through, I'm going to be driving you to I don't remember the word he used, but in very spectacle terms, it was like a freaking juvenile detention center.
Yeah.
So I was, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating. I was that scared. I was scared for my life. So he actually, right as he's going to call my dad again, my mom calls back. And he explains everything, and he's like, okay, your parents have agreed to let your girlfriend, or whatever she is, take you home. Because at this point, she could be my sister. In all honesty, she could be my sister.
They don't know that.
They don't know that. But for most of you, she is Latina, so she looks more white than she does Mexican, so she could have passed as my sister. Anyways. But our last names don't match up at all, so just our first names. Anyways. So they let her drive me home, which I was shocked they did. But right before we leave and the cop is on the phone with my mom, I forgot to mention this part, I turned to the two police officers and near us, and me and my mom have this bad thing wherever we're nervous or under pressure, we talk randomly. So I turn to them and I say the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life to these cops. So how's your night going?
And we all make the same to go, oh, it wasn't going great, but right now I'm having the time of my life.
So they turn to me and they're like, oh, okay, it's going good. It's going good until now. And then I'm like, until now. And then they even asked me back. They're like, so how's your night? I'm like, interesting.
It was going great. It was going wonderful.
It was going wonderful. I was getting some special treatment. But now I might be going to jail. So then the main cop comes back who found us, and he tells me what I just told you guys, and then it's just silent at this point. Besides the walkie-talkies going off and on, whatever. And then I start like rocking back and forth on my feet, and then I turn to him and I'm like, "So how's your night going, sir?"
Oh, was that the cop that like was not having it? Yeah.
So then he turns and looks at me with the most disgusted look on his face. Like he looked like he hated my guts with everything in his power. He looked like he hated me so badly. So then I immediately like clap my hands together and I'm like, right. And then I just like look down at the ground and I'm like, not talking to you again. And so then they let her drive me home, and before we even pull out of the parking lot, oh my gosh. So I get in the driver's seat in the passenger seat. May I add, at the time I was 15, so I couldn't legally drive yet. I just turned 15 too, I believe. So I don't remember what she did. Oh, so she decided to not start the car fully and put it in reverse. All of a sudden, we start slowly rolling down the hill that we're on.
Oh, no.
And then immediately, I'm like, what are you doing? And then she's like, oh, I didn't even start the car. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to think you're too young to drive. So she gets the car started. We leave. On the way back, it is starting to hit me that I'm going home to a deathbed. I'm going to die once I get home.
My bed is not in the bedroom. It's a casket.
Yeah, literally, it's a freaking coffin, for crying out loud. So then, as we get closer, I turn her and I'm like, "You're staying," and we're talking to them together. So then she pulls up to the curb right by my house. My mom is already standing outside in her bathrobe, arms crossed, looking at us. I get out and I shut her car door. She then peels off down the road, leaving me with my mom. And I just watch her leave, and I slowly turn to my mom. And I throw my hood up, and I start walking towards her, and I hand her my phone, because I already know what the punishment is.
Oh.
At this point, I already know it.
You never told me that. Okay, that's kind of fun.
What?
You never told me that you just handed her phone without
saying
anything. I get it.
I literally pull out my phone, hand it to her, and walk right past her. So now I get inside, and my older sister, her boyfriend at the time, is there. And my dad's there. So I walk in, I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, at this point, I'm just like, I'd rather just go to bed and sleep for 2 weeks. So then they sit me down. Zoe and Pablo leave, which is my older sister and her boyfriend. They leave, or her boyfriend at the time, sorry. And then my parents talk to me, give me the whole spiel, the disappointment spiel, like, what's wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. I get grounded for 2 months, and then I go downstairs, and cry for a little bit, and then go to sleep. And I got grounded for 2 months, but my girlfriend at the time broke up with me in January, so that was around the time when I got ungrounded, was about that time. So she broke up with me in January, and so the grounding, okay, so the way I look at it, that relationship went downhill as soon as I got grounded. The day I got grounded, that's when the relationship went downhill. Because that's where all the bad stuff traces back to. And then that's also where I developed my stupid mental illnesses, was during that relationship. My ADHD, my DID, blah, 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 whatever.
Your DUI.
DUI. No. And so then, this is my freshman year. So my girlfriend breaking up with me at the time is what led me into my dark days, as I said earlier on. She left me for another guy. And, yeah. She left me destroyed.
It tends to happen.
It tends to happen. So yeah, she was the reason. She made my freshman year a living nightmare. So that is my funny story involving the police and sexual and fun time.
I hope you all enjoyed this very terrible, uncomfortable time.
I know. Okay, I'm never uncomfortable when I share this with friends, but when I'm like doing this on a podcast or recording it, I feel really uncomfortable.
It's fine. It's not like Johnny Depp's gonna see it or anything.
Jeez.
It's fine. It's gonna be fine.
It'll all be fine. Okay, so we are gonna finish the podcast off with let's do one of the ranking ones, and then we'll do the other ranking one at the end of the next episode.
Actually, let's save that for another time, because my parents just got back with pizza and I am very hungry.
Okay.
So let's save that for another time.
Okay, then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on our first podcast of the Talk Tank. In the next episode, we will get back to where we left off. In this episode, we will get to a lot of other stuff too, because we have a lot planned for this show, and we hope you guys did enjoy. So, coming from me and ShakingMango, or Dominic, thank you for joining us. And see you guys later. Bye-bye.